梁歌制作，灾难岁月，作者戴望舒。听木叶的呼吸，风从每一条脉络进来，窃听心的枯裂之音。诗人云：心即是琴。谁听过那古旧的阳春白雪，为真知的死者的慰藉。
Production by Liang Gu, author of Disaster Years, Dai Wang Shu. Listen to Konoha's breath. The wind comes in from every vein, eavesdropping on the cracking sound of the heart. The poet said, the heart is the piano. Who has heard of the ancient spring and white snow? For the consolation of the dead who know the truth.
有人已将它悬在树梢，为天籁之平托，但增一度谛听的飘逝之音，而断裂的无丝属同，仅使人从弦柱间思忆华年。1935年7月6日，小曲。
Someone has hung it on the treetop, for the support of nature. But the fleeting sound that I once listened to, and the broken wu si shu tong, it only makes people think about the past between the string pillars. July 6, 1935. Diddy.
疲倦的鸟藏会在彩铃间，阴的小灵魂向何处偏跹？老去的花一瓣瓣为尘土，香的小灵魂在何处流连？他们不能在地狱里，不能。这那么好。
The weary bird hides its beak among the colorful feathers. Where does the little soul of sound fly? The petals of the old flowers are covered with dust. Where does Xiang's little soul linger? They can't be in hell, they can't dash. This is so good.
那么好的灵魂，那么是在天堂，在乐园里。摇摇头，圣彼得可也否认。没有人知道在哪里，没有。诗人却微笑而三缄其口。有什么东西在调和音韵？
Such a good soul. So in heaven, in paradise? Shaking his head, St. Peter also denied it. No one knows where, no, dash. The poet smiled but remained silent. Something is mixing the mist.
在他的新的永恒的宇宙。1936年5月14日，赠克莫。我不懂别人为什么给那些星辰取一些他们不需要的名称，他们闲游在太空，无牵无挂。
The Eternal Universe in His Heart. May 14, 1936. Gift Kimu. I don't understand why others give those stars. Give them names they don't need, dash. They are wandering in space, carefree, dash.
不了解我们，也不求闻答。记着天狼、海王、大熊这一大堆，还有它们的成分，它们的方位。你搅干了脑汁，胀破了头，弄了一辈子，还是个未知的宇宙。
They don't understand us, and they don't seek to be informed. Remember Sirius, Neptune, Big Bear, all of them. And their composition, their orientation. You racked your brains and burst your head. After working on it all my life, it is still an unknown universe.
星来星去，宇宙运行，春秋代序，人死人生。太阳无量数，太空无限大。我们只是疏忽渺小的夏虫井蛙，不吃不聋，不做阿家翁。为人之大道，全在懵懂。
Stars come and go, the universe moves, dash. Preface to the Spring and Autumn Dynasties, Life and Death. There are countless suns, and space is infinite. We are just tiny summer frogs in a well. Not crazy, not deaf, not a family man. The only way to be a human being is to be ignorant.
最好不求甚解，单是望望。看天，看星，看月，看太阳，也看山，看水，春云，看风，看春夏秋冬之不同，还看人世的痴愚，人世的空乎，静默地看着，乐在其中。
It's best not to ask for a detailed explanation, just to look at it. Look at the sky, look at the stars, look at the moon, look at the sun. Also look at the mountains, the water, the spring clouds, the wind. Look at the difference between spring, summer, autumn, and winter. Also look at the foolishness and confusion of the world. Watch silently and enjoy it.
乐在其中，乐在空与实以外。我和欢乐都超越过一切的境界，自己成一个宇宙，有它的日月星，来供你钻究，让你好手穷经。
Happiness is in it. Happiness is beyond space and time. Joy and I transcend all realms. It becomes a universe by itself, with its sun, moon, and stars. Come for you to study and make you enlightened.
或是我将变一颗奇异的彗星，在太空中欲指即指，欲行即行，让人算不出轨迹，瞧不透道理，然后把太阳敲成碎火，把地球撞成泥。
Or I will become a strange comet. In space, stop when you want, go when you want to go. It makes people unable to calculate the trajectory and see the truth. Then knock the sun into pieces of fire and the earth into clay.
1936年5月18日，脸，在你的眼睛的微光下，迢遥的潮汐生长，玉的珠贝，青铜的海藻，千万尾飞鱼的翅，剪碎分而复合的。
May 18th, 1936. In the gleam of your eyes. The distant tide rises. Jade pearls. Bronze seaweed. The fins of thousands of flying fish. Cut into pieces and compounded.
顽强的渊深的水，无主崖的水，暗青色的水，在什么经纬度上的海中，我投身又沉溺在以太阳之灵照射的诸太阳间。
The tenacious deep waters. The water without Juya. Dark blue water. At what longitude and latitude in the sea? I threw myself into and indulged in. Among the suns illuminated by the spirit of the sun.
以月亮之灵映光的诸月亮间，以星辰之灵闪烁的诸星辰间。于是我是彗星，有我的手，有我的眼，并尤其有我的心。我悉报于你的眼睛的。
Between the moons reflecting the light of the moon spirit. Among the stars twinkling with the spirit of stars. So I am a comet. With my hand. With my eyes. And especially my heart. I was exposed to your eyes.
苍茫朦胧的微光中，并在你上面，在你的太空的镜子中，见照我自己的透明而未寒的火的影子，死去或冰冻的火的影子。我伸长，我转着。
In the dim light. And above you. In the mirror of your space. In the light of my own. Transparent and chilly. The shadow of fire. The shadow of dead or frozen fire. I stretch, I turn, dash.
我永恒地转着，在你的永恒的周围，并在你之中。我是从天上奔流到海，从海奔流到天上的江河。我是你每一条动脉，每一条静脉。
I spin forever around your eternity dash. And in you, I am rushing from the sky to the sea. The rivers that flow from the sea to the sky. I am every artery of yours, every vein.
每一个微血管中的血液，我是你的睫毛，它们也同样在你的眼睛的镜子里固影。是的，你的睫毛，你的睫毛，而我是你，因而我是我。
The blood in every capillary vessel. I am your eyelashes. They are also reflected in the mirror of your eyes. Yes, your eyelashes, dash. And I am you. Therefore I am who I am.
1936年10月19日，夜蛾，绕着蜡烛的圆光，夜蛾做可怜的循环舞。这些众香国的谪仙不想起已死的虫，未死的叶，说这是小睡中的亲人。
October 19th, 1936. Noctua. The round light around the candle, dash. The night moth does a pitiful circular dance, dash. These banished immortals from the Xiang kingdom don't want to think of dead insects, undead leaves. Said this was a loved one taking a nap.
飞越关山，飞越云树，来慰藉我们的不幸，或者是怀念我们的死者，被记忆所逼离开了寂寂的夜台来。我却明白，他们就是我自己。
Flying over Guanshan, flying over cloud trees. To console our misfortune. Or remembering our dead. Forced by memory, I left the silent night stand. But I understand that they are myself.
因为他们用彩色的大绒翅遮覆住我的影子，让它留在幽暗里。这只是为了一念，不是梦。就像那一天我化成凤。1936年12月26日，季末。
Because they use large colorful velvet wings, covering my shadow. Let it remain in the darkness. This is just a thought, not a dream. Just like that day I turned into a phoenix. December 26, 1936. Lonely.
园中野草见离离，脱根于我旧时的脚印，给他们披青春的彩衣。星下的盘桓从兹消隐，日子过去，寂寞永存，寄魂于离离的野草。
The weeds in the garden are gradually growing apart, based on my old footprints. Give them the colorful clothes of youth. The wandering under the stars disappears from now on. As the days pass, loneliness remains forever. The soul is attached to the weeds of lily.
像那些可怜的灵魂，长得如我一般高。我今不复到园中去，寂寞已如我一般高。我夜坐听风，昼眠听雨。悟得月如何缺，天如何老。
Like those poor souls, as tall as me. I will no longer go to the garden now. Loneliness is as high as me. I sit at night and listen to the wind. I sleep during the day and listen to the rain. I understand how the moon is missing and how old the sky is.
1937年2月12日，我思想，故我是蝴蝶，万年后小花的轻呼。 透过无梦无醒的云雾，来震撼我斑斓的彩翼。1937年3月14日
February 12, 1937. I thought. I think, therefore I am a butterfly. The little flowers whisper after 10,000 years. Through the dreamless and wakeless clouds. Come and shake my colorful wings. March 14, 1937.
元日祝福，新的年岁带给我们新的希望。祝福我们的土地，血染的土地，焦裂的土地，更坚强的生命将从而滋长。新的年岁带给我们新的力量。
New Year's Day blessings. The new year brings us new hope. Bless our land. Blood-stained land, charred land. Stronger lives will thus grow. New years bring us new strength.
祝福我们的人民，艰苦的人民，英勇的人民。苦难会带来自由解放。1939年元旦日，白蝴蝶，给什么智慧给我？小小的白蝴蝶。
Bless our people. Difficult people, brave people. Suffering brings liberation. New Year's Day, 1939. White butterfly. What wisdom can you give me? Little white butterfly.
翻开了空白之页，合上了空白之页。翻开的书页，芥末；合上的书页，芥末。1940年5月3日，致萤火，萤火，萤火，你来照我，照我。
Turn the blank page. Close the blank page. Open page. Lonely. Closed page. Lonely. May 3, 1940. To the fireflies. Fireflies, fireflies. You take care of me. Take care of me.
照着沾露的草，照着泥土，照到你老。我躺在这里，让一颗芽穿过我的躯体，我的心，长成树，开花，让一片青色的蚬苔，那么轻，那么轻，把我全身遮盖。
According to the dew-covered grass. If you shine on this soil, it will shine on you until you are old. I lie here and let a bud, through my body, my heart, grow into a tree and blossom. Let a piece of green moss, so light, cover me all over, dash.
像一双小手纤纤，当往日我在昼眠，把一条薄被在我身上轻披，我躺在这里，咀嚼着太阳的香味。在什么别的天地，云雀在青空中高飞，萤火
Like a pair of delicate hands. When I used to sleep during the day. Put a thin quilt. Cover me lightly. I'm lying here, chewing the fragrance of the sun. In some other world. Skylarks fly high in the blue sky. Fireflies.
萤火给一缕细细的光线，够担得起记忆，够把尘埃来吞咽。1941年6月26日，狱中题壁。如果我死在这里，朋友啊，不要悲伤。
Fireflies. Give a thin ray of light. Enough to remember. It's enough for Shin AI to swallow. June 26, 1941. Inscribed on the wall in prison. If I die here, Friends, don't be sad.
我会永远的生存，在你们的心上。我们之中的一个死了，在日本占领地的牢里，他怀着的深深仇恨，你们应该永远的记忆。当你们回来，从泥土
I will live forever. In your hearts. One of us died. In a prison in a Japanese-occupied territory. The deep hatred he harbored, dash. You should remember it forever. When you come back, from the soil.
崛起他伤损的肢体，用你们胜利的欢呼，把他的灵魂高高扬起，然后把他的白骨放在山峰，抱着太阳，沐着飘风，在那暗黑潮湿的土牢。
Dig up his damaged limbs. With your cheers of victory. Lift his soul high, dash. And then put his bones on the mountain peak. Exposed to the sun and bathed in the wind. In that dark and damp dungeon.
这曾是他唯一的美梦。1942年4月27日，我用残损的手掌，摸索这广大的土地，这一角已变成灰烬，那一角只是血和泥。
This had been his only sweet dream. April 27, 1942. I used my damaged palm. Explore this vast land. This corner has turned into ashes. That corner was just blood and mud.
这一片湖该是我的家乡。春天，地上繁花如锦帐，嫩柳枝折断有奇异的芬芳。我触到杏枣和水的微凉，这长白山的雪峰冷到彻骨。
This lake should be my hometown. In spring, the flowers on the embankment are like brocade curtains. The young willow branches have a strange fragrance when they are broken. I touched the waterweed and the coolness of the water. The snowy peaks of Changbai Mountain are so cold that they are bone-chilling.
这黄河的水加泥沙在指尖划出，江南的水田，你当年新生的禾草，是那么细，那么软，现在只有蓬蒿。岭南的荔枝花寂寞的憔悴，近那边。
The water of the yellow river mixed with sediment slips out between your fingers. The paddy fields in the south of the Yangtze River, the grass that you grew up in those days. It is so thin, so soft, now there is only basil, dash. The lychee flowers in Lingnan are lonely and haggard. All the way over there.
我站着南海没有渔船的苦水，无形的手掌掠过无限的江山，手指沾了血和灰，手掌粘了阴暗，只有那辽远的一角依然完整，温暖、明朗、坚固而蓬勃生春。
I am soaking in the bitter waters of the lack of fishing boats in the South China Sea. The invisible palm swept across the infinite mountains and rivers. His fingers were stained with blood and ashes, his palms were stained with darkness. Only that distant corner is still intact. Warm, bright, solid and vigorous spring.
在那上面，我用残损的手掌轻抚，像恋人的柔发，婴孩手中乳。我把全部的力量运在手掌，贴在上面，寄予爱和一切希望，因为只有那里是太阳，是春。
On it, I touched it with my damaged palm. Like the soft hair of a lover, the milk in a baby's hand. I put all my strength in the palm of my hand. Stick it on it and send your love and all your hopes. Because only there is the sun and spring.
将驱逐阴暗，带来苏生。因为只有那里我们不像牲口一样活，蝼蚁一样死，那里永恒的中国。1942年7月3日，心愿，几时可以开颜笑笑
We'll drive away darkness and bring revival. Because it's the only place where we don't live like animals. Die like ants. There, the eternal China. July 3, 1942. Wish. When can I smile?
把肚子吃一个饱，到树林子去散一会儿步，然后回来安逸地睡一觉。只有把敌人打倒，几时可以再看见朋友们，跟他们游山、玩水、谈心，喝杯咖啡。
Eat until your stomach is full. Go for a walk in the woods. And then come back and have a peaceful sleep. Only defeat the enemy. When can I see my friends again? Traveling in the mountains, playing in the water, talking with them. Have a cup of coffee.
抽一支烟，念念诗，坐上大半天。只有送敌人入殓，几时可以一家团聚？拍拍妻子，抱抱儿女，烧个好菜，看本电影，回来围炉谈笑到更深。
Smoking a cigarette. Reciting poems and sitting there for most of the day. Only send the enemy to death. When can we get together as a family? Pat your wife, hug your children. Cook a good meal, watch this movie. Come back and laugh more deeply by the fire.
只有将敌人杀尽，只有起来打击敌人，自由和幸福才会临降。否则这些全是白日梦，和没有现实的有想。1943年1月28日，等待1。
Only kill all the enemies. Only rise up and attack the enemy. Only then will freedom and happiness come. Otherwise these are all daydreams. An unrealistic fantasy. January 28, 1943. Wait, 1.
我等待了2年，你们还是这样遥远啊！我等待了2年，我的眼睛已经望倦啊！说6个月可以回来了，我却等待了2年啊！我已经这样衰败了。
I waited for 2 years. You are still so far away. I waited for 2 years. My eyes are tired of looking at it. He said he could come back in 6 months. But I have been waiting for 2 years. I have declined like this.
谁知道还能够活几天啊？我守望着你们的脚步，在熟人的贫困和死亡间。当你们再来，带着幸福，会在泥土中看见我张大的眼。
Who knows how many more days I can live? I'm watching your steps. Between the familiar poverty and death. When you come again, bring happiness. You will see my wide eyes in the dirt.
1943年12月31日，等待2。你们走了，留下我在这里等，看血污的铺石上徘徊着鬼影，饥饿的眼睛凝望着铁栅，勇敢的胸膛迎着白刃。
December 31st, 1943. Waiting, 2. You go, leave me waiting here. Look at the ghostly figures lingering on the blood-stained paving stones. Staring at the iron bars with hungry eyes. Brave chest facing the sword.
耻辱粘住每一颗赤心，在那里炽烈地燃烧着悲愤，把我遗忘在这里，让我渐渐 屈辱的极度，沉痛的界限。做个证人，做你们的耳，你们的眼。
Shame sticks to every heart. There, grief and anger burned fiercely. Forget me here and let me meet the extreme of humiliation, the limit of pain. Be a witness, be your ears, your eyes, dash.
尤其做你们的心，受苦难磨练，仿佛是大地的一块，让铁蹄揉践，仿佛是你们的一滴血，移在你们后面，没有眼泪，没有语言的等待。
Especially do your heart, suffer, temper, dash. It's like a piece of the earth, trampled by iron hooves. It's like a drop of your blood is left behind you, waiting without tears or words.
生和死那么紧的相贴相爱，而在两者间，奇长的岁月在那里挤。结伴走路，好像难兄难弟。种地只两步远近，我知道。安然占6尺黄土，盖6尺青草。
Life and death are so close to each other. And between the two, the long years are squeezed in there. Walking together, they are like brothers in distress. The grave is only 2 steps away, I know. And Ran occupies 6 feet of loess and covers 6 feet of green grass.
可是这儿也没有什么大不同，在这阴湿窒息的窄笼，做白湿的巢穴，做干脚缸，让脚气慢慢延伸到小腹上，做柔道的呆对手，剑术的靶子。
But it's not much different here. In this dank, suffocating narrow cage. Make a nest for white lice, make a vat for swill. Let the athlete's foot slowly extend to the lower abdomen. A dumb opponent in judo, a target in swordsmanship.
从口鼻一起喝水，然后给踩肚子，膝头压在尖钉上，砖头垫在脚踵上，听鞭子在皮鼓上舞，坐飞机在梁上荡，多少人从此就没有回来。
Drink water from your mouth and nose together, then step on your belly. Knees on spikes, bricks on heels, dash. Listening to the whip dancing on the skin and bones, making a plane swinging on the beam. How many people have never come back since then?
然而活着的却耐心的等待，让我在这里等待，耐心的等待你们回来。做你们的耳目，我曾经生活；做你们的心，我永远不屈服。
But the living waited patiently. Let me wait here. Waiting patiently for your return. To be your eyes and ears, I have lived. Be your heart and I will never give in.
1944年1月18日，过旧居，初稿。竞演的窗子隔住尘封的幸福，寂寞的温暖饱和着辽远的炊烟，陌生的声音还是解冻的呼唤。
January 18th, 1944. Passing the old residence, first draft. The quietly closed window blocks the dusty happiness. The lonely warmth is saturated with the distant smoke. A strange voice or a call to thaw.
异类的过客在往昔生活了一瞬间。1944年3月2日，过旧居，这样迟迟的日影，这样温暖的寂静，这片午吹的香味，对我是多么熟人。
The tearful passerby lived in the past for a moment. March 2nd, 1944. Over the old residence. Such a delayed shadow of the sun. Such warm silence. The aroma of this lunch meal. How familiar I am.
这带露台，这扇窗， 后面有幸福的窥望，还有几架书，2张床，1瓶花，这已是天堂。我没有忘记这是家。妻如玉，女儿如花，清晨的呼唤和灯下的闲话。
This terrace, this window. There is a glimpse of happiness behind. There are several shelves of books, 2 beds. A vase of flowers, this is heaven. I have not forgotten, this is home, dash. His wife is like jade, his daughter is like a flower. The morning call and the gossip under the lamp.
想一想，会叫人发傻，单听他们亲昵的叫，就够人整天的骄傲。出门时挺起胸，伸直腰，工作时也抬头微笑。现在可不是我回家午餐。
Thinking about it makes people stupid. Just listen to their affectionate calls. It's enough for a person to be proud all day long. When you go out, lift your chest and straighten your waist. Also look up and smile while working. Now, shouldn't I go home for lunch?
桌上一定摆上了盘和碗，亲手调的羹，亲手煮的饭，想起了就会嘴馋。这条路我曾经走了多少回，多少回，过去都压缩成一堆，叫人不能分辨。
There must be plates and bowls on the table. The soup prepared by one's own hands, the rice cooked by one's own hands. Just thinking about it makes me hungry. How many times have I walked this road? How many times? The past is compressed into a pile, dash. It makes people unable to distinguish.
日子是那么相类，同样幸福的日子，这些孪生姊妹，我可糊涂了，是不是今天？出门时我忘记说再见，还是这事情发生在许多年前？
The days are so similar. Same happy days, these twin sisters. I'm confused, is it today? Did I forget to say goodbye on the way out? Or this happened many years ago?
其中间隔着许多变迁，可是这带露台，这扇窗，那里却这样静，没有声响，没有可爱的影子，娇小的叫嚷，只是寂寞，寂寞，伴着阳光。
Are there many changes between them? But this terrace, this window. But it was so quiet there, no sound. There is no cute shadow, petite shouting. Just loneliness, loneliness, with the sun.
而我的脚步为什么又这样累？是否我肩上压着苦难的年岁，压着尘埃，透渗到骨髓，使我眼睛朦胧，心头消失了光辉？为什么心酸的感觉这样新鲜？
And why are my steps so tired? Whether I have years of suffering on my shoulders. Suppressing deep sorrow, penetrating to the bone marrow. Make my eyes dim and my heart lose its brightness? Why does the bitterness feel so fresh?
好像伤没有收口，苦味在舌尖。是一个归途的游想把我欺骗，还是灾难的日月真横亘其间？我不明白，是否一切都没改动，却是我自己做了白日梦。
It seems that the wound has not closed, and the bitter taste is on the tongue. It was a returning traveler who wanted to deceive me. Or are the sun and moon of disaster really standing between them? I don't understand if nothing has changed, dash. But it was me who was daydreaming.
而一切都在那里，原封不动。欢笑没有冰凝，幸福没有尘封，或是那些真实的岁月 年代，走得太快一点，赶上了现在。回过头来瞧瞧，匆忙又退回来。
And it's all there, intact, dash. Laughter is not frozen, happiness is not dusty. Or those real years, eras. Walking a little too fast, catching up with the present. He turned around to take a look, then hurriedly stepped back.
再陪我走几步，给我瞬间的欢快。有人开了窗，有人开了门，走到露台上，一个陌生人。生活，漫漫无尽的苦路，咽泪吞声，听自己疲倦的脚步。
Walk a few more steps with me and give me instant joy. Someone opened the window. Someone opened the door. Walk out onto the terrace. A stranger. Life, the endless road of suffering. Swallowing my tears and swallowing my voice, I listen to my tired footsteps.
遮断了魂梦的不仅是海和天，云和树。无名的过客在往昔做了瞬间的踌躇。1944年3月10日，是长女，记得那些幸福的日子。女儿。
It is not only the sea and the sky, clouds and trees that block the soul's dream dash. The nameless passerby hesitated momentarily in the past. March 10, 1944. Showing the eldest daughter. Remember those happy days. Daughter.
记在你幼小的心灵，你童年点缀着海鸟的彩铃，贝壳的朱色，潮汐的清音，山岚的苍翠，繁花的秀锦，和爱你的父母的温存。我们曾有一个安乐的家。
Remember it in your young mind. Your childhood was dotted with the colorful feathers of seabirds. The pearly color of the shells, the voiceless sound of the tides, dash. The green mountains, the brocade of flowers. And the tenderness of parents who love you. We once had a happy home.
环绕着淙淙的泉水声，冬天抱着太阳，夏天笼着清音。白天有朋友，晚上有恬静。岁月在窗外流，不来打搅。屋里中年常住的欢心。
Surrounded by the sound of gurgling spring water. Exposed to the sun in winter, covered with clear shade in summer. Friends during the day, tranquility at night. The years are flowing out of the window, not to disturb. The joy that stays in the house all year round.
如果人家窥见我们在灯下谈笑，就会觉得单为了这也值得过一生。我们曾有一个临海的园子，它给我们滋养的番茄和金笋。
If people catch a glimpse of us talking and laughing under the lamp, you will feel that it is worth living your life just for this. We once had a garden near the sea. It gives us nourishing tomatoes and golden shoots.
你爸爸读倦了书去垦地，你妈妈在太阳阴里缝纫，你呢？你在草地上追彩蝶，然后在温柔的怀里寻温柔的梦境。人人说我们最快活。
Your father got tired of studying and went to cultivate land. Your mother sows in the shade of the sun. And you are chasing colorful butterflies on the grass. Then look for gentle dreams in the gentle arms. Everyone says we are the happiest.
也许因为我们生活过得蠢，也许因为你妈妈温柔又美丽，也许因为你爸爸诗句最清新。可是，女儿，这幸福是短暂的，一霎时都被云所淹埋。
Maybe it's because we live stupidly, dash. Maybe because your mother is gentle and beautiful. Maybe it's because your father's poetry is the freshest. But, daughter, this happiness is short-lived. In an instant, they were buried in clouds and smoke.
你记得我们的小园林大海，从那里你们一去就不再回来。从此我对着那条遥的天涯，松树下常常徘徊到暮霭。那些绚烂的日子像彩蝶。
Do you remember that our small garden is close to the sea? From there you go and never come back, dash. From then on, I faced the distant horizon. I often linger under the pine trees until dusk. Those gorgeous days, like colorful butterflies.
现在枉费你摸索追寻，我仿佛看见你从这间房到那间，用小手挥逐阴影，然后勉想着天外的父亲，把疲倦的头搁在小小的袖枕。可是
Now it's useless to waste your time searching for it. I seem to see you from this room. Go there, wave away the shadows with your little hands. Then, thinking about my father outside the sky, rest your tired head on the small embroidered pillow. But
记着那些幸福的日子，女儿，记在你幼小的心灵。你爸爸仍旧会来，像往日，守护你的梦，守护你的醒。1944年6月27日，在天晴了的时候。
Remember those happy days. Daughter, remember this in your young heart. Your father will still come, just like in the past. Guard your dreams, guard your waking. June 27, 1944. When the sky clears up.
在天晴了的时候，该到小径中去走走，给雨润过的泥路，一定是凉爽又温柔，炫耀着新绿的小草，已一下子洗净了尘垢，不再胆怯的小白菊。
When the sky clears up. It's time to go for a walk on the trails. The mud road moistened by the rain. It must be cool and gentle, showing off the new green grass. The dirt has been washed away all at once. Feverfew, who is no longer timid.
慢慢地抬起他们的头，试试寒，试试暖，然后一瓣瓣地绽透，抖去水珠的凤蝶儿，在木叶间自在闲游，把他的是采的智慧书页，抱着阳光一开一收。
Slowly raise their heads, dash. Try the cold, try the warm. Then it bloomed one by one. The swallowtail shaking off the water drops. Wander freely among the leaves of Konoha, to its embellished pages of wisdom. Exposed to the sun, it opens and closes.
到小径中去走走吧，在天晴了的时候，赤着脚，携着手，踏过新泥，涉过溪流。夕阳推开了阴霾了，溪水在温风中晕皱，看山间移动的暗绿。
Let's go for a walk on the trails. When the sky clears up. Bare feet, holding hands. Walking through new mud, wading through streams. Shenyang pushed away the haze. The stream water wrinkled in the warm wind. Look at the dark green moving in the mountains.
云的脚迹，它也在闲游。1944年6月2日，赠内，空白的诗帖，幸福的年岁，因为我苦涩的诗节，只为灾难树里程碑，即使清丽的词华。
The footprints of clouds, it is also wandering. June 2nd, 1944. Gift included. Blank poem post. Happy years. Because of my bitter verse. Only tree milestones for disasters. Even the beautiful words.
也会消失它的光线，恰如你鬓边憔悴的花，映着明媚的朱颜，不如寂寂的过一世，受着你光彩的熏沐，一旦为后人说起时，
It will also lose its luster. Just like the haggard flowers on your temples. Reflecting the bright red face. It's better to live in silence for the rest of my life. Blessed by your brilliance. Once it is mentioned for future generations.
但叫人说往昔某人最幸福。1944年6月9日，萧红木畔口站，走6小时寂寞的长途，到你头边放一束红山茶，我等待着长夜漫漫。
But let people say that someone was the happiest in the past. June 9th, 1944. Xiao Hong's tomb is occupied by the mouth. Walking a lonely 6-hour long distance. Put a bunch of red camellia next to your head. I waited, long night.
你却卧听着海涛闲话。1944年11月20日，口号：盟军的轰炸机来了，看他们勇敢的飞翔，向他们表示沉默的欢快，但却永远不要惊慌。
But you lie down and listen to Hideout's gossip. November 20th, 1944. Slogan. Allied bombers are coming. Watch them fly bravely. Show them silent joy. But never panic.
看敌人四处钻，发抖，盟军的轰炸机来了。也许我们会碎骨粉身，但总比死在敌人手上好。我们需要冷静、坚韧，离开兵营、工厂、船坞。
Seeing the enemies swarming around, trembling. Allied bombers are coming. Maybe we will break into pieces, dash. But it's better than dying at the hands of the enemy. We need calmness, stoicism, dash. Leaving barracks, factories, docks.
盟军的轰炸机来了，叫敌人踏上死路。苦难的岁月不会再迟延，解放的好日子就快到。你看，带着这消息的，盟军的轰炸机来了。
Allied bombers are coming. Send the enemy to a dead end. The years of suffering will not be delayed any longer. The good day of liberation is coming soon. Look at the one carrying this news. Allied bombers are coming.
1945年1月16日，香港大轰炸中，偶成。如果生命的春天重到，古旧的凝冰都哗哗地解冻，那时我会再看见灿烂的微笑，再听见明朗的呼唤。
The bombing of Hong Kong on January 16, 1945. Occasionally dash. If the spring of life comes again. The ancient ice is thawing loudly. Then I will see the bright smile again. Hear the call of clarity again.
这些调摇的梦，这些好东西都绝不会消失，因为一切好东西都永远存在，它们只是像冰一样凝结，而有一天会像花一样重开。
These distant dreams. These good things will never disappear, dash. Because all good things exist forever, dash. They just freeze like ice, dash.